Back in 2020, when the pandemic was still messing up everything, I started driving for Uber. I had just lost my retail job and needed quick money. Driving nights was the fastest option, and let me tell you, you see all kinds of people at that hour. Most rides were fine, drunk passengers, awkward silence, weird conversations. But one Friday night in October still sticks with me. It was just after midnight. I had dropped someone off at a hotel on the edge of town when I got a new request. The pickup was at a bowling alley in a strip mall, about 6 minutes away. The name on the app said Derek. When I pulled up, the place looked closed. The lot was empty except for one man standing under a dim light. He wore a gray hoodie, jeans, and had his head down. I rolled down my window and asked, "You Derek?" He nodded and got in the back seat. The destination was a house about 20 minutes away. His voice was calm but flat when he said, "Yeah, that's right." Something about him felt off, but I didn't think much of it. The first few minutes were silent. Every time I checked the mirror, he was on his phone or looking out the window, just staring straight at the back of my head. I tried to break the silence. "How's your night going?" He paused, then said, "Just needed to get out of there." "Out of where?" I asked. "This doesn't matter." So I let it drop. As we got closer to the address, I noticed the neighborhood was dark and empty. Big trees, big yards, no streetlights. Then, just before we reached the location, he leaned forward and said, "Actually, pull into that driveway." The house he pointed at looked abandoned. Peeling paint, overgrown grass, no lights inside. I asked if it was his place. He just said, "Pull in." I stopped near the front, and instead of getting out, he stared at the house and said, "Wait here." Then he walked around the side of the building and vanished. I sat there debating. The ride was still running on the app, but my gut told me something wasn't right. After a couple minutes, I ended the trip and put the car in reverse. That's when I saw him coming back fast. His hands were empty, but the look on his face made me uneasy. I unlocked the doors, not wanting to cause a scene, but something inside me screamed not to. He got in anyway. "Take me to the other place," he said. "What other place?" I asked. "Just drive, I'll tell you." I told him he had to enter it in the app. He just stared at me in the mirror without speaking. Finally, he said, "Take me back to where you picked me up." So I drove back, tense the whole way. The air in the car felt heavy, like I was being watched. I tried to ease the mood. "Rough night?" "You could say that," he replied. "Everything okay?" I asked. "Not yet." I didn't say another word. When we pulled up under the same light outside the bowling alley, he leaned forward and said, "You ever wonder how you're gonna die?" I froze, tried to laugh it off. Not really something I think about. He didn't laugh, just leaned back. After a few seconds, he said, "I think about it all the time." Then he opened the door, half-stepped out, and stopped. He looked right at me and said, "You picked the wrong guy up tonight." He shut the door and walked off into the dark behind the alley. I sat there shaking before finally driving home. When I checked the trip details, the name Derek was gone. No picture, no history, like the ride never happened. Uber support told me the data must have crashed or the rider canceled. But I know what I saw. I know what he said. "You picked the wrong guy up tonight." I've never seen him again. But every time I get a late-night ping in an empty parking lot, I remember that ride, and I wonder if someday he'll find the right car